Am I audible? Good afternoon. I'm Pratibha. I'll be your program coordinator if at all you join VISION IAS. I'll just take 10 minutes of your time, and then you will have two important subjects, international relations and society. So by this time you're sitting here, the first paper today morning it's over. The faculties are going through the papers. All the very best for your upcoming year. When you go back home, I want all of you to go through the question paper very clearly, today's question paper at least. So I'll just give you a very rough idea about what is VISION IAS classroom program. How many of you are freshers here? Because very new, I just finished my grad and then I'm starting, or I have worked and then I'm joining. Okay, all of you are freshers. Okay, assuming let's say like even though you have worked, you're going to prepare fresh. Okay? So have you gone through any basic, you have heard the very basic subjects from morning for the 4 subjects. See, this 4 subjects is like 4 pillars of your GS prelims. Even though the others, if there are 100 questions, near about 50 questions will come from these 4 subjects. So make sure that these 4 subjects are very, very strong during your course of preparation. Remaining 50 questions will be from other subjects, but this 4 is for sure. The basic material is very clear what should be studied and what not to be studied, where you have to concentrate. The faculties would have told you. I don't have to guide you much. And as you are taking your classes, you will get our specific notes and very specific content, what to be read and how the answer should be written, and all that will be done during the course program. So foundation, you all have the brochure in your hand. So the foundation course program, we'll have somewhere about 200 classes for you. 3 to 4 hours it will go about. And then every day, at a time, we will take not more than 2 subjects. We'll start with the subjects, like I said, one of these 4 subjects or any other subjects which is completely important, which is more than near about 50% important for the examination. We'll start with 2 subjects at a time. And every day we'll give you, like today there is a class. Let's say we have planned some example history. I have planned some 12 or 13 lectures for you. There will be first lecture today, and for this lecture at the end of the class we'll have assignment questions, we'll have self-test questions for you. Assignment questions are basically to test your subjective knowledge, what you have understood in today's class. I have taught you topics A, B, C, D, E, and the question is asked from the topic C. So you will be writing answer for that question. All of you must have written some subjective answers during your college for your semester exams. So this is something like that, but here you have to stick on to your word limit. If it's 15 marker, you have to write 200 to 250 words max, and you write it regularly. This is actually a practice that is given for you, so that you practice for your next level of test, like All India Test Series, which is again part of your classroom program which will be given, prepare you for the UPSC mains examination. So this is the whole objective behind giving you an assignment question every day in the class so that you practice answer writing. Along with objective questions, you will find self-test questions. So self-test questions may be in 1 marker or 2 marker, or it will be some MCQ questions for you to self-analyze yourself what you have understood from today's class. So all these things will be there under your classes. I'll just show you. When you join, you will receive your user ID and password for Vision's platform. So I'll just give you a very rough idea about how the classes. See, I'm just taking history classes, let's say. So your class 1, if it's your live classes, you can watch the classes live. Let's say if you're not being able to come to the class today, you're there at home for some reason, so you're out of city, but there is internet connection, you can always watch the class live, and you can ask your questions also live. There will be a batch coordinator appointed for each batch, just like class teachers during the school days. So they will take care of all your doubts, academic queries and managerial queries. You're not getting mails or messages or anything related your preparation during your period with Vision IAS in the classroom. There will always be a support system for you. And you can ask your queries. Let's say your class is over. You're not being able to watch the class live. You can always go to the video of the classes that was held and watch the classes, and you can watch it any number of times. It's not that once you have watched and you cannot watch it later. You can watch it any number of time till you will have an end date. Let's say you have joined for 2018 course. Until your final results of 2018, the interview results of 2018, you will be able to watch these videos. And during this period, you can watch it any number of times. And if you have any doubt, you can always watch. So below each classes, the batch coordinator who sits in the class, just like you, he or she will always available in the class, and they'll take notes of what is being taught, a synopsis, just like the index page of the book. For each and every class, you will find this synopsis. So this will actually help you to know what is being taught in that day's class, and if you have any doubts, let's say after 1 month you want to revise back the subject, you go back and you know where it has been exactly taught. And then the self-test questions are uploaded in the tab next, like I told you, and then the assignment questions are also here. So if you want, you can upload the answer by writing in a specified, we have a format, you can find the assignment sheet here. Either you can upload it, or you can write it in the hard copy and submit it to your batch coordinator. They'll evaluate, they'll give a proper feedback of your answers, how to improve, what more you can write, what you can reduce, which part you have to reduce. Basically, they'll groom you to write a better answer day by day. And then talk to expert is something, like I said, during live session, you can ask your doubts where there was a place for academic, and during the live classes, you can ask your doubts here, academic or technical. When the classes are not live, you can drop your questions to talk to expert, they'll answer you. And then there is a feedback system also. Your feedbacks are very necessary for us to improve things, both in the classes and then academically in whatever ways we want, okay? And then this is how your online classes looks. Offline classes are no different than the online classes, except you are here and you get to meet the faculty, you are staying here and then talk to them. Online classes, you do it through chat. And then you have prelims test series, all India test series of prelims, mains, and then essay test series will be added for the year that you are joining. And if you're joining for 2019, let's say, you will have access to this year's class, but you will have access to PT, mains, essay test series of both the years, 2018 and 2019, and videos you can watch till 2019. And during this period, 2018 classes, you have one more assessment in between called mini tests. Mini tests are nothing but, like I said, there are 12 classes of modern Indian history. Let's say we are dividing the syllabus by 4 parts. There will be 4 mini tests, each comprising of some 8 questions, again subjective, not the assignments. Assignments are something that you write daily. Mini test is something that you write after completion of certain portion in the class. It will be divided into equal parts. It will be conducted as mini test for both prelims and mains. Prelims may be 50 questions, and in mains there will be 8 to 9 questions for 1 hour timing. And all India test series is very independent. You can write it any time. But making use of daily assignments and mini tests so that you are in touch with what is being taught in that day's class, and there is a regular interval in preparation. Okay? So apart from this, we have our faculties and experts who are always available round the clock to help you with your doubts. Any doubts, any subjects you want, name it, we have people. You will have our entire support. It's not like you cannot, let's say the faculty is very busy in taking classes. You're not being able to meet the faculty, but you need some senior person to guide you with answer writing, who have been doing it for years, who have been guiding the students for years. We are having number of people for that. They'll guide you, they'll tell you how to write. If you're not, for each and every subject we have people with us to have ask your doubts. Okay, this is how our classroom program works. So if you have any queries regarding our classroom program, anything at all, yes?
What's the average batch strength?
See, this is the classroom, the biggest classroom that we have, 250 students. So it will be either 250 or lesser than this.
So it happens right here.
I'm just telling you the maximum can be. Averages, it can be 150 also, it can be 200 also, it depends. Batch wise, sometimes in weekend, we launch a batch once in 3 months. So the batch size is very huge. Okay, and then regular batches we launch regularly. So for that, the number of students is little less. Okay. Don't worry about the attention. Individual, like they say, individual attention means yes, each and every student will get individual attention, provided the student take interest on his or her own studies and come and bug us, like they ask. Okay. Anything else? No queries? All solved? Yes? Subject-wise modules. No, we don't provide subject-wise modules. We have the complete package of GS, prelims and mains foundation. See, we have PT 365 and mains 365, which is a current affairs program, which is taken 45 days before prelims and some 1 month before mains. This is also added in your foundation program. So if you take this foundation, if you're part of this foundation program, you don't have to think about anything, whether about current affairs or whether it is about reading newspaper or whether it is about joining any prelims test series, mains test series separately or module-wise test series. So you need a good guidance, you need to have interest, and you need to have right assessment. You get all three here. Yes? Test series, yes. Essay writing sessions will be there. See, essay writing sessions is, there won't be any exclusive, some 10 or 12 classes for that. Maybe essay test series when it is included. For every essay, there will be a discussion classes. That is more than enough for you. Okay, we'll be conducting some open sessions also for essay. When you attend it, you will know. You don't need, there is no, like as of till now, we have not planned more than 3 or 4 essay classes with discussions, yes.
Suppose I join now, the session is starting at June 22nd.
Okay.
Willing to be appearing in 2019.
Hmm.
Can I would be able to view classes and attend classes in person and view classes online until the end of the interview of 2018. And post that, I would be able to attend the exam, the question.
See, I'll just give you a rough pictorial representation of what you can see. Let's say you're joining for 2019 classes, okay. This is your 2019 and then the interview is going to happen. And then this is your 2018, the interview period. Let's say you're joining for the 2018 classes. Okay, 2018 classes, you can attend the classes. Attending the classes, this happens here and this is not there. Okay, and then test series, any kind of test series. You get access of 2018 and then you get access in 2019 also. Let's say PT 365 and mains 365. You get access for 2018 PT 365 and you get access of 2019 PT 365. PT 365 and mains 365 is the comprehensive current affairs program of VISION IAS, which is held just 1 month before prelims and 1 month before mains. You got the difference? The access for 2018 only it will be till here, but the access of the classes will be here till 2019. Let's say you're taking 2019, the video access will be here till interview of 2019 results. And if you're taking for 2020, it will be there. You will have the 3 years access of watching all the videos. Yeah, there will be a difference that maybe you can find in the sheet or you can talk to them, but very less difference. But if you separately see, there will be a huge difference. But if you see it all together, it is a very minimal difference of fees. Yes?
Do you have any support for any technical optional subjects?
No, we don't have any, we don't provide any optional subjects. No coaching for optional subjects. Anything else, any queries related classroom or test series, test? Yeah, there is a weekend batch that is starting from June 24th. Yeah, same. See, the only difference between regular batches and weekend batches, in regular batch, every day you have 3 hours of class. Okay, like let's say if the class timing starts from 1 o'clock, Maybe the class is from 1 to 4 or it's from 9 to 12, regular batch. Weekend batch may you have in a day 3 classes, that is 9 to 12, 12:30 to 3:30, 4 to 7. The classes will be only on Saturdays and Sunday, and the remaining whole week you are free to prepare on your own. Same accessibility, there's no difference. Yes? There will be a batches launched in September. Either you can join or you can join the present batches also. But I cannot assure you exactly which date it is launching, but there will be. Okay guys, thank you. The next class session will be on international relations. It will be taken by Ruchika ma'am. You can talk. Thank you.
So good afternoon, and I appreciate your patience. Since morning you all are sitting, and today is a very hectic day, no? UPSC question paper is out. पता है ना GS1 आ गया है आपका PT का, and at the same time match is also there. What time? 3 o'clock? India Pakistan? Huh? 3 o'clock, ना? Okay. So a very hectic day, है ना? How many of you have seen the question paper? GS paper 1? Prelims? Paper 1? No, but many of you do it, no? Niche dekh karke. No? Okay, okay. This time the question paper is like not too much of current. Traditional questions are also there, basic questions are also there. Like last year there were too many current questions. So even I have just gone through the question paper once, not in too much of detail. And even again IR, last year there were 12 questions, this time again I could find out till now 10 questions are there from IR also. So I'll be talking about IR and I'll not take much of your time. Okay? International relations, yeah? How do you prepare for international relations? Because of late if you see, international relations is becoming very important. They are asking you questions in prelims. 2 years back, there were only 2 or 3 questions in prelims. Last year, 10 to 12 questions were there. This time again, till now, I have just sorted out 10 questions. Okay? I need to go through the question paper again. And in mains also, last year mains, paper 2, 4 questions are there. Paper 1, IR was there. Paper 3, IR was there. They are mixing up the IR thing. They are mixing it with ecology environment. How many of you have seen the last year question paper? Okay? They have asked you, Indus water dispute was in the news. Ecological impact of Indus water dispute. Okay? So that is something IR, Indus water. No ecology environment teacher has taught about Indus water treaty. Okay? It was IR plus ecology environment. Similarly, in paper 1, they have asked you question on geopolitics of South China Sea. That was there. Geopolitics of South China Sea. So paper 1, you have geography. No GS geography teacher teaches about South China Sea, its geopolitics and all. Of course, optional geography teacher, they teach. But here, nobody teaches you. So IR is becoming of late very important. Right from your prelims to your mains, and when it comes to the final match, UPSC, final match, your interview, there they ask you lot of questions on international relations. So IR is becoming very, very important. It's not just a subject, only 4 questions will come in your paper 1, paper 2. Now it is expanding. They are expanding the ambit of IR. So how are you preparing for international relations? Newspapers? Okay.
Ministry website.
Huh?
Ministry website.
Okay. Okay. How many of you have gone through the syllabus of IR? No need. Huh? Investing your prime time, your youth for UPSC, but no need to see the syllabus. It's only just current padho aa jayega. How many of you have seen the last year's question paper? Many of you have seen it. There was one question number 20, paper 2. What was the question? Some report, UNESCO report. What was the name of that report? McBride Commission. McBride Commission, they have asked you a question. No newspaper, no current. That was one question. No newspaper was bringing out articles on McBride because it was nothing related to your current. So it's not only the newspaper that is going to suffice the requirement of your UPSC IR content, GS content. Okay? So first and the foremost thing for any subject, whatever you prepare, first and the foremost thing is go through the syllabus. UPSC has written only 4 lines for IR. Those 4 lines are small, but it has depth. It talks about, I'll read it out. It says, number 1, India and its neighborhood. Okay? Relations. India and its neighborhood. It's just a 1 line, but neighborhood includes your nearby, bilkul nazdeek ke neighbor as well as your far off neighbors. So how many countries are there? Just 1 line, but so many countries are there. Okay? Similarly, the second line of your syllabus says bilateral, regional, global groupings and agreements involving India and or affecting India's interest. आज के डेट में in today's environment you see how many groupings are happening. ASEAN is there, New Development Bank is there, AIIB is there, World Bank is there, European Union is there, ठीक है, NATO is there. Of course, NATO has again come into limelight after Trump coming into picture. Then you have a NATO-like organization that has been recently formed with respect to your Saudi Arabia, your Arab countries. So these so many groupings, regional groupings, SAARC is there, BIMSTEC is there, Mekong Ganga Cooperation is there. So it's only 1 line, but so many groupings are there. Okay? Then the third line says, effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interests. So effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest. So now visa norms are changing, immigration laws are changing. Okay? So many things are happening. China, OBOR, it has its own policy of transit diplomacy, how it is impacting India. So these kind of things. It's only 1 line, but it has many, many things under it, embed. Then it comes your Indian diaspora. It's only 1 line, 1 topic they have given, Indian diaspora. Now, so many questions can come from diaspora. Importance of diaspora, how has been Indian diaspora doing, what are the various policies right from your independence till now with respect to Indian diaspora, what are the problems Indian diaspora is facing. Every now and then we read in the newspapers that we are picking up our diaspora, uplifting our diaspora, Operation Sankat Mochan is there, so many operations we are conducting. Saudi Arabia, so many of them have been retrenched Indians. Ministry of External Affairs, they are going there taking care of the diaspora. Some of them are being brought back to India. So Indian diaspora, only 1 term is there, but the vastness is like huge. Syllabus is very huge. And then important international institutions, agencies and fora, their structure and their mandate. Every time they are asking you questions like this one, MacBoard Commission. This is a UNESCO ka commission. Okay? So UNESCO has 10-12 important functions, and if you see the UNESCO website, you will find like last but 3rd or 4th function is democratic. There should be democratization of communication channels. So this particular report can be linked to that UNESCO's that function, and your syllabus says important international institutions, agencies, fora, their structure and their mandate. Okay? So the syllabus, it's only 4 lines, but it is very vast, and at the same time IR is so dynamic. It's very dynamic. Today there will be 1 statement by Modi, tomorrow there will be another statement by Chinese Premier, day after tomorrow there can be another statement by Modi. Okay? India-China relationship, or you take any other relationship. Before elections, Trump was saying something else. After elections, he is saying something else about NATO. Okay? So this kind of things, it's very dynamic. So how to go with that? When we are saying so many agencies are there, so many institutions are there, everything under the sun can we mug up? No. So how to eliminate, how to prepare? This IR is very interesting. Initially when we start the preparation, we are very enthusiastic. ठीक है, हम current, we try to read lot of current and it appears very interesting. But when it comes to, there are certain terms which are related to some previous terms, then when history is not clear, then it becomes very boring. ठीक है, so it's not only that, many of you have said that it is the newspaper that will help. It's not only the newspapers, at least some background. When we are saying India-Japan relationship, it's not only the current relationship. How has been it in the past? India-Sri Lanka relationship. How has it been since the independence of India and Sri Lanka? How the relationship has progressed. So it's not only the newspapers, but you need to go through some of the basic things. So the obvious question is, from where? How to prepare? Source. How many of you have bought some books for IR? Basic? Any book, any idea? So many seniors are there, they suggest you, yaar ye kharid lo, ye bahut acha hai, this is something, this is very good. Not preparing? Nobody knows any basic book name? How will you prepare for IR basics? There are so many books in the market. Sikri is there, theek hai? Khanna is there. So many books are there. But I would suggest, if you want, you can go to the bookshop and see all those books. But personally, I would say, for GSIR, you don't need to go too much in depth. NCRTs are the best friends, time-tested friends. NCRT, you can write down the names of the books, NCRT. Politics in India since independence. This is your class 12 polity and NCRT, Politics in India since independence. Chapter number 4, India's external relationship. India's external relations, chapter number 4. Okay? Then you have world history. Read it, how UN was formed, before and after Cold War, how the things have happened. So that your world history will help you. After that, there is another book you can write, Contemporary World Politics, class 12 polity, NCRT, Contemporary World Politics. There are 9 chapters in this book, 1 to 6, especially for IR. It talks about your Cold War era, it talks about end of bipolarity. Bipolarity means during Cold War, there were 2 poles, USSR and USA. So how the world has changed after Cold War. So 1 to 6 chapters are dedicated to this thing. And you need to read it. Okay? Because it's not only the current that they are asking you. If you see the question papers, many of you have not seen the question paper and almost all of you have not even seen the syllabus. If you see the question paper, at least the previous year question paper, I'll read out one question that was in mains. The question was, evaluate the economic and strategic dimensions of India's Look East policy in the context of post-Cold War international scenario. It is saying, Look East policy, post-Cold War international scenario. So, you don't need to go into too much of depth, but NCRT has this particular book, chapter number 2, specially dedicated to end of bipolarity. So, if the concepts are clear, you can integrate it. Basics needs to be clear. It's not that IR hawa mein ho jata hai. Akhbar pad lo and IR will be done. You need to know the basics, and the way they are asking you questions, they are asking you IR questions with geography, they are linking it with economics, they are linking it with your ecology environment. So you need to have the basics clear. Then only you can integrate. Otherwise it becomes very difficult. At times the question appears very simple when you read it, but you need to read in between the lines to understand what is the demand of the question. Okay? So for this, your newspapers as well as your NCRTs. There are many students who say, "Ma'am, NCERT नहीं और कुछ बताओ," because it's like NCERT में like we don't want to read. We have read it many times. But again, I would suggest they are the basic Gita and Bible. You have to go through NCERTs. But और बताओ, तो there are so many books in the market. ठीक है, Sikri is there. Then your VN Khanna is there. VN Dutt is there. You go to the bookshop. You ask the person to give you the IRGS books, basic books, go through the 2-3 books, and whichever book you like, you buy that. Because ultimately you have to read it. I don't have to read it for you. I might be comfortable in reading book number 1. You might be comfortable reading in book number 2. So whatever is like basic fundamentals will be there. So if you want, apart from your NCERTs, you can buy any of these standard books. It should be standard. ऐसा नहीं कि कहीं से कुछ भी ले लिया, ठीक है? Nothing that kunji, what you say ना, kunji मिल जा रही है पढ़ लो, the key kind of thing. No. Buy any. First preference should be given to NCERTs and then to any of these standard books. Okay. Apart from that, ministry website, MEA website. Your very first topic, that is your India and its neighborhood. You open up MEA website, you will get the latest updates right from the historical context to the date and in a very precise manner. That will help you. MEA website, ठीक है? MEA, Ministry of External Affairs. And like India and its neighborhood, the syllabus first line. For your history part, any of the basic NCERTs that we have discussed right now, or any of the books plus MEA website. And current के लिए तो newspapers we are reading every now and then. If someone is coming to our country or our people are going to other country, that's the most latest thing. With IR, the thing is it's so dynamic that in one book you will not get everything. ठीक है? Second is your bilateral, regional, global groupings and agreements. इसके लिए भी MEA website is very good. ठीक है? You can go through MEA website. Then effect of policies, politics of developed and all. Here you need to keep yourself abreast with the latest things. Like recently, visa norms have been changed by Australia also. It's not only by your US H1B visa that we are talking about. Even your Australia has changed the visa norms. What is the name of that visa? H1B is your US. Australia 457. ठीक है? So you need to keep yourself updated. Policies of these countries, how it is impacting India. So for this particular thing, go to the official websites and as well as your newspapers. And last, this your Indian diaspora. Indian diaspora official website is there. Indian diaspora official website is there. And then you need to update with the current things. If Operation Sankat Mochan is happening somewhere, Operation Rahat is happening somewhere, that is something which is very latest, very current. ठीक है? That things. Those things you need to. And important international institutions, agencies and all. I would suggest, personally I find it, go to the website of the concerned institution. If you are reading WTO, go to WTO website. Rather than going for notes from here and there, directly go to WTO. If you are reading about World Health Organization, directly go to WHO. And they are so friendly, reader-friendly websites. They have FAQs, frequently asked questions. Very small questions. जो आपके दिमाग में question आते हैं ना, they are written there. Even in MEA website, many of the times, small FAQs are there. Ministry websites have FAQs, frequently asked questions. So your doubts get very clear there only. Okay? And then let's come to newspapers. How to read newspapers, especially for your IR. Because so many people write. Editorials में आता है, इधर उधर आता है. So many people are writing whom to read, whom not to read. If some politician is writing, ठीक है? If some, no ill feeling against anyone, but yes, if some Shiv Sena MP is writing India-Pakistan relationship, ठीक है? So you need to see whether you need to read that, go through that. If only one word or one line you think is required, is appropriate, you can just take that, but not that. Give preference to someone like C. Raja Mohan. If he has written something, Praveen Swami, if he has written something, these are the people. Shashi Tharoor, who has given lot of time in UN. He was there, है ना? Or some ambassador. ठीक है? These kind of, Rakesh Ruth, he writes very good articles on Nepal, India-Nepal relationship. So the people who are neutral, not right-wing or left-wing people. Okay? So read good articles. And when you read the article, I would suggest don't keep the cuttings. Matlab, you can keep it, but I would suggest read the article and write the crux. Because keeping the articles for the end, you are not able to read it. At least main points. Today, if something is coming, like our Prime Minister is going to visit which country, 23rd, 24th June? He is going to USA. Okay? So USA he is going. So you will write the main things that has happened during that. After say 15-20 days, someone from their country is visiting India, or again someone from India is going to USA, you can write those points in India, USA. I would suggest don't make a copy. Take a loose A4 size paper. If you are doing it on your computers, then it's good. Otherwise, आप A4 size के paper लो, जितना हो सके you can attach. Otherwise, how much of space you will leave for every topic in your copy. So it's advisable, if something new happens to the related topic, write it in. See, for IR you have to be very vigilant. Every now and then things are changing, fastly changing. Okay? Apart from that, IDSA website is there. Have you heard about IDSA? Institution for Defense Studies and Analysis, IDSA. IDSA website is very good. Okay? MEA website is very good. Go through these websites. And good articles, editorials by C. Raja Mohan, Praveen Swami is there, Rakesh Sood is there, Shiv Shankar Menon is there. The people, just when you start reading the article, niche it's given there, their profile is also given there. Okay? So just first read and then. And another thing is, whenever you are reading and you are writing, jotting down the points, always keep in mind the first and the foremost quality required in a civil servant, and that too in a would-be civil servant, is political neutrality. Okay? So you have to be political neutral. It's not about that you are writing India and Pakistan and you are becoming radical. Okay? Have you ever heard any MEA official talking about India-Pakistan relationship? Any MEA official talking about India-USA relationship? They are politically neutral. So whenever you are writing down the points, it should reflect that these points have been written by a would-be civil servant, not someone who is biased to one country or the other country. Okay? That is also very important. Anything else you want to know about this? Syllabus clear? Okay? I'll take up few of the questions. Okay? And I'll tell you, see, every now and then, after 1 month, 2 months, please go through the syllabus. It should be on your tips, so that when you read the newspaper, you can automatically click that particular topic. Okay, this is the topic which might be asked. Plus, see the previous year question papers, how the trend is moving, especially 2013 onwards. From when your syllabus, your pattern has changed, 2013, 14, 15, 16. If you start analyzing the trend, you will realize initially they were very simple questions, and now they are mix and matching the topics, and they are asking one particular topic in paper, another paper. So this kind of analysis you need to do. Khali IR ke liye nahi, sab ke liye you have to do that. The way the trend is changing in UPSC. Okay? So, analyze the question paper. Please do it. Today, before your India-Pakistan match or after your India-Pakistan match, do see the question paper that has come today. This is not current. Current is very less. Yeah, last year, almost the full paper was full current. This time it is conceptual question paper. So UPSC is Unpredictable Service Commission, UPSC. Okay? It's Unpredictable Service Commission. So you can't predict. So you have to be on your toes, and especially for dynamic topics like IR, internal security, you need to have some basic understanding and your current. Okay? Okay, I'll just read out 1-2 questions from previous year and I'll tell you कि देखो किस तरह से whatever is given in the syllabus they are asking you. Last year one of the question was the broader aims and objectives of WTO are to manage and promote international trade in the era of globalization. But the Doha round of negotiations seem doomed due to differences between the developed and developing countries. Inverted comma close, discuss in the Indian perspective. Okay? So this question was current based because that time Doha round things did not happen. The Doha round issues did not happen when Nairobi round has happened. Okay? So it was in the news. And if you see your syllabus says bilateral, regional, global groupings. So WTO, developed countries, developing countries, everything is mixed in this. Okay? And this particular line, the broader aims and objectives of WTO are to manage and promote international trade in the era of globalization, but the Doha round of negotiations seem doomed due to differences between the developed and developing countries. And this was the statement given by MEA official that time. Okay? So whenever you come across some important statements with respect to your MEA officials or with respect to your global leaders, please try to analyze those statements, because UPSC gives you those statements in the inverted commas and asks you to discuss or analyze or critically analyze. Okay? So MEA website is very important from that perspective. So this is something which is about your groupings. WTO, WTO is a very favorite topic of UPSC. Every now and then they ask you question. Even in today's question paper, they have asked questions from WTO. TFA they have asked. That is a trade facilitation agreement which India has ratified, or जो अभी आपका जो है implementation has happened this year. So TFA they have asked. WTO से related they have asked you question on solar panel. जो national treatment की हम बात करते हैं, solar panel, are you aware of the issue that we have lost the case in WTO? They have asked a question on that from WTO. So WTO, international organizations, it's very important. Okay? And second question that I have already read is your evaluate the economics and strategic dimensions of India's Look East policy. Now we call it Act East policy. But UPSC has used the word Look East policy. What does this signify? This signifies that you need to know the history. How from Look East it has become Act East. It's not just the change of nomenclature. From look to act. You should be knowing, because right now you are reading your newspapers 2014, 15 say onwards you are reading. So you are from 2014, it has been named as Act East. So everything is like Act East, Act East, Act East. But you should be knowing the background of Look East. The question has said that India's Look East policy in the context of the post-Cold War international scenario. Evaluate the economic and strategic dimensions. See, initially it was only your economic, majorly your economic dimension when it was your Look East. Now it is Act East. Strategic dimension has been added. So the syllabus says that affect, I am telling you how the syllabus and how the questions are being asked from that. One of the lines of your syllabus says effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India. That is there. Okay? Now, if you see your Act East policy or Look East policy, how has been the geopolitics of this particular South Asian region, rise of China, तभी हमारा Look East जो है वो Act East हुआ, and Act East में strategic angle लग गया. तो how the policies and politics of other countries are influencing our policies and our strategies. ठीक है? So they are asking you question linking from whatever is given in your syllabus. Syllabus is the must. ठीक है? You people are sitting in Delhi. You have access to so many of the resources. But I have been in this field for the past 12 years. Okay? And I have seen maximum students qualify from B grade cities, C grade cities, okay, from villages. They don't have access to these many things. They have the access to UPSC syllabus, basic books, and your question papers. Okay? So again and again I will repeat this line. Please go through the previous year question papers, your syllabus. Otherwise attending sessions, attending full courses in any of the institutes will not help you. Okay? Unless and until you do your own hard work. Then another question was, see, increasing cross-border terrorist attacks in India and growing interference in the internal affairs of several member states by Pakistan are not conducive for the future of SAARC. This again was your statement given by MEA. आप MEA का website खोलो. It is this. These are the lines directly from your MEA website. November 23rd, 2016. This was the statement given by Government of India, and they have given you this question. And regional grouping, SAARC, they have asked you question. So MEA website, any statement by Government of India, please keep your eyes and ears open for that. Okay? And the last question, last year for paper 2 was, what are the aims and objectives of MacBird Commission of the UNESCO? And the last line of your syllabus says, important international institutions for their structure, their mandate. UNESCO Commission they have asked. Then, this was not a question which maximum people could attempt, but it is there in your syllabus. So, be prepared for unprepared questions also. When it is saying UNESCO, it has, last line is saying important international institutions. So, please go through that. And why they have asked you this question? MacBird Commission, which is related to your media. Last year, what was happening? There was media ban. NDTV ban was there. In Assam, there was one day, there was bilkul blank editorial was published. J&K, the media was banned for some time. The things were happening, and they are relating it with the current things. So you need to be updated with the current things, okay, with respect to IR. And this time, 2-3 questions are there, like current related questions that they have asked in prelims. Global Infrastructure Facility, which organization has launched it? GIF. Aaj ke paper mein they have asked. So you need to be updated. World Bank, they have given you the option. TFA, I have told you. Then BTIA. What is BTIA? What is BTIA? Broad-based Trade and Investment Agreement. This is a FTA with European Union that India and European Union has been trying to conclude this agreement. And 1 month back only, European Union, one delegation has come to India for this. Okay? And even our Prime Minister has recently gone to Germany to go for this BTIA. And they have asked you here in this time question paper. So things which are in news, in the current, you have to see. BTIA, what is BTIA, with which organization or with which country we are doing it, that is your prelims. In the mains, they might ask you, what are the challenges, what are the hurdles, give some suggestions why BTIA has not been able to be concluded between India and European Union, what are the challenges, suggest measures for its fast implementation. So whenever you read some topic, prepare a note, PT, write the factual things there, and at the same time also analyze say what kind of questions might be asked, and how you will understand that, seeing the previous year question papers. ठीक है? अभी एक और क्वेश्चन आया था, reasons to develop Chabahar. Why India is developing Chabahar? Chabahar is in the news for the past so many. Abhi, because of your Jadhav case also, Chabahar is in the news. Before that, India and Iran, after the your civil nuclear deal, your nuclear deal, Iran with P5. Okay? Chabahar we are developing, we are giving line of credit. So these things have been in the news, and today they have asked you all these things. Then digital single market strategy. Which countries or group of countries or organization has launched it? These kind of questions they are asking. Then every year they are asking you question on indices. Index or indices that you call. So this time they have asked you Global Gender Gap Index. Who publishes this? ठीक है? तो these kind of things you need to be alert. Current plus basic. Any question with respect to IR? No, I am not saying that. I am saying that you read your NCRTs. If you are happy reading NCRTs, it's good. But there are some students who say कि NCRT पढ़ के IAS का exam. No, मतलब something is lacking. ठीक है? हाँ, and for any topic you don't need to read the whole book. Read the topics. Not only in IR, but pura GS paper 1 to paper 4. Read the topics, not the books. And the ultimate thing is your revision. It's not 10 books you are reading. It's one book 10 times you are reading, then only you are qualifying. Concept should be clear. That is there. So NCRTs, I am just saying, basic NCRTs would suffice, but if still you think that this is not helping me out, then take any of the basic books. It's not that you have to read this and this. It's up to you. Every individual have his or her preference. Okay? So if you want, you can just go through the NCRTs, or otherwise go through the other books, whichever you like, and your current related, your websites are there, newspapers are there, but please revise your syllabus, your question papers, then only you can understand when you are reading something. Okay, abhi aapka piche what has happened, India and Africa. We are doing something. What we are doing together? Are we planning something? Connectivity, some project is there. ठीक है? OBOR thing has also happened. Belt and Road Initiative by China thing is also happening. Try to link it. How we are doing it, why we are doing it, the way they are asking you questions. Recently, Qatar, what is happening there? Qatar is totally isolated by the Arab countries. So, when you are reading this, what is the impact on India? Because we are having good relationship with Qatar also, with other countries also. 26 January, UAE Crown Prince was here. We have done so many bilateral MOUs and agreements and all. So when you are reading, just don't read and forget. Try to analyze. Okay, things are happening across the globe like this, how it is impacting India. If Trump is saying Paris climate deal has no use, okay? So what are the pros and cons of that for India? Is it an opportunity for India to grow as a major power in the area of climate diplomacy? Okay? It's not just read, try to analyze. Your syllabus is saying the impact, the policies and politics of the developed and developing and its impact on India. So this is a policy of USA. They are withdrawing from your Paris climate deal. But how it is going to impact India? That you have to prepare yourself. Okay? Any other question from IR?
And which international news agency we must follow? Like from China we have Xinhua, Al Jazeera, New York Times, BBC. So there are many international news agencies.
See, you can at times go for like BBC is good, ठीक है? अब Al Jazeera पढ़ोगे या China का पढ़ोगे, Sri Lanka का पढ़ोगे, it's only how much questions do you get? ठीक है? That's why I'm saying just go through the questions and you are going to write an exam for Indian Civil Service, ठीक है? So whatever your MEA is saying, that is important. It's not whatever Pakistan's MEA is saying. Okay? We have said that we have done the hot pursuit. We have done the surgical strike. Their MEA is saying India has not done it. So, किसको पढ़ोगे? India को पढ़ोगे? है ना? So, focus on that. And there are, of course, some international events for which you can consider BBC and something like that. Al Jazeera वगैरह, please avoid it. ठीक है? What happened? Because right now what happened is, right now we are having information overload. ठीक है? वो big data analysis करना पड़ रहा है. We all have to do the big data analysis. So that is why read your syllabus, read your question paper, which will keep you focused. Otherwise you get haywire. Politics or international politics. These are the things which really interest everyone. and हम सब अपना व्यू देते हैं, ठीक है. Amartya Sen has said that, no, Amartya Sen has said argumentative Indians. Have you read that book? It's like we all are like we feel very happy to give our comments, but at the back of your mind you should always remember that you are going to be a future bureaucrat, ठीक है. तो MEA website, whatever government of India is saying, you will read, you will listen to that, ठीक है. Don't go for Al Jazeera and all, that is your wastage of time. So once you get selected, you have ample time, you can read. Any other question? Yes.
In the question there are keywords like critically examine or analyze. What is the difference in the answer?
Okay, this is common to all the papers, ठीक है. Critically analyze, you have to examine, ठीक है. Then they ask you to elucidate the statement. When we say examine, ठीक है, it's like don't get like confused or don't get something like don't be fearful of these words. These are very simple words to understand. Examine. When you go to a doctor, what does doctor do? Doctor examines you, ठीक है. What if you have some throat problem? You will go there. He will examine your all the body parts, BP देखेगा, वो देखेगा, सब कुछ देखेगा, and then he'll prescribe you something. Similarly, a teacher evaluates, ठीक है. First he will examine and then evaluate. Evaluate word is also used. So examine means you will find out from all the angles whatever is there in the statement, given statement. You will examine that statement. If you have to evaluate, what does teacher do? First, he or she will examine your whole copy and then some kind of marks at the end of that. Critically analyze the statement, ठीक है. So critically analyze, if statement is given, the statement is saying something, then like a film critic. Film critics क्या होते हैं? If the film is there, film is about something, if it's a very good rating is there, then critics will talk about the negative things. If something very negative is being talked about the film in the industry, then they will talk about the positive things. If they say critically analyze the statement, if the statement is positive, so positive statement ko critically you have to analyze. If the statement is negative, if the statement is saying something negative, then critically analyze the statement. Means negative को आप critically analyze करोगे तो क्या आएगा? Positive. So these words are not something that you should be fearful about. बहुत आसान है UPSC. It's not that difficult. ठीक है? What happens is we think इतना simple है. नहीं ये तो IAS का exam है, थोड़ा और difficult होगा. तो things are very simple. NCRTs, very simple to understand. These terms, evaluate, examine. In the exam also, if you get a googly kind of a ball, जैसे then try to think कि what is the basic meaning of that term, and then you will realize, ठीक है? You will understand. Anything else? Yes?
Can you, for example, explain a recent topic as the India's long-pending nuclear power plant deal with Japan in light of recent investments made by China in renewable energy with solar panels. So, I mean, अगर इस statement को analyze करना हो तो basic कैसे आप break down करते हैं इस statement को?
Again, repeat the statement.
India's long-pending.
She is saying a statement. I'll repeat it. India's long-pending
Nuclear power plant deals with Japan.
nuclear power plant deals with Japan.
And by the way, these are bankrupt companies, nuclear companies.
Okay.
In the light of China's recent investment in renewable energy.
In the light of China's recent investment in renewable energy. Essence of the question is this, that with respect, what I can get from your statement is, India, what is like India's strategy, or where does India stand when Indian deals are not happening and China is investing too much in these kind of energies? This is what you are saying.
Yeah, India is investing in nuclear power plant which has climatic impact. That when compared to China, who's against the trend in investing in renewables.
Okay, see, first thing that you have talked about India and Japan, why the deal is not happening. Okay, there are certain reasons behind that, and that is why even your civil nuclear deal with USA is not happening, because one of the hindrances, you know, your clearance from your Diet. Diet is the Parliament of Japan. ठीक है? So why it is not happening? It's not only your Toshiba and these companies are saying that we have become bankrupt. There are other reasons also behind that. ठीक है? Even we are not being able to acquire the land in India. Land acquisition has also become a problem. People are standing against these decisions. If you are reading the newspapers, they are saying no nuclear power plants in our area. Why? Because of any accident, Fukushima and all those things have happened. So they are saying no nuclear plants here. Okay? So these are the reasons why it is not happening. So what should India do when China is doing that? So diplomacy, we have to have good relationship with Japan, and we need to force Japan, especially your Shinzo Abe, who is said to be India-philic, means he is India, he is favoring India. So that is why the closeness between Modi and Shinzo Abe is there. So we are trying to conclude, we are trying that it should get fastly ratified by your diet. That is what India can do. At the same time, if the nuclear thing is not happening and you are saying renewable energy, China is like investing too much, nuclear energy is one part of your renewable, like clean energy. We should pursue the diplomatic efforts here. At the same time, other clean energy sources we can promote. Wind energy we can promote, solar energy we can promote. And here, what are the hurdles, what are the reasons why these things are not happening? So that need to be tackled diplomatically.
Do you see the deal chal rahe hain?
Kinki?
Can we look at it as a lost cause and like rather than like hammering it to get it through and like
See, in diplomacy, that's why it said, don't give your answer diplomatic, be straightforward. So in diplomacy or in international relations, there are no permanent friend or foes. Okay? So you cannot say something has been lost. At one time, Turkey was there in CENTO, okay? Member of CENTO. जैसे NATO है वैसे CENTO भी है. Go and find it out what is CENTO. But the same Turkey, which has been opposing India's candidature for UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council seat, is now giving assurance to India that it will support India's candidature in UNSC. When Mr. Erdogan was here, he has said that we are supporting for UNSC candidatures. But at the same time, it is in one of the groups which is opposing India's candidature. So there is no permanent friend or foes.
is it Turkey itself trying to get into Europe? Like,
That's a different thing. That's a different thing. But what you are saying is like nothing is lost. Lost deal you cannot say. Deals are lost. It's all the way, like if national interest, if Japanese have their national interest, we have our national interest, and if they are like collaborating, things will happen. You cannot say something is lost. Any other question? Okay? If you have any doubts, I am there in the institute. You can come or you can mail it to me. My name is Ruchika Bharadwaj. So rbharadwaj.csc. Okay? All the best, and please remain focused. One attempt is more than sufficient to get qualified.